Shalom.
Shalom.
First and foremost, you want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakah, Kodash. Double honor to the elders and the apostles at Great Millstone. Blessings to the elect out there preaching the word. I'm the Sharakwa Amath.
This is Kawa.
This is Kawa. All right, we're just coming out here on another day to prophesy the downfall of this wicked kingdom. Okay, and right now we're just going to go into physically and spiritual meats, drinks, and the need to avoid the riches of this society. Okay, so right now we're just going to start off at Sirach, chapter 31, verse 1.
This is Sirach, chapter 31, verse 1. Watching for riches consumeth the flesh, and the care thereof driveth away sleep.
So watching for riches. So if you are just continually, seeking out, what you desire cardinally, you are going to fall. All right, you're going to fall into that pit. Continue.
And watching care will not let a man slumber, as a sore disease breaketh sleep.
And it's because you're constantly trying to acquire those things that you desire, which is cardinal, and it's not of the spirit of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. But could you please, Baba Shai, give me that precept in Proverbs chapter 23, verse 1.
This is Proverbs 23, verse 1. It says, when thou sittest to eat with a ruler, consider diligently what is before thee. So
whenever you sit to eat in front of a man of high stature, or whenever you sit and eat in front of a man that basically rules over you, it says to watch diligently. Continue.
It says, and put a knife to thy throat, if thou be a man given to appetite.
So if you feel like you are about to go off and go against the will of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, or you're about to dive into your own lust and you're about to just fully go off completely, all right, it says to put a knife to your throat. That's so right. You have to be ready to kill yourself if you are in that state of mind.
In other words, be careful of what men are teaching you.
That's right.
What men are teaching you.
Because
you got a lot of bullshit out here.
You got a lot of people. You got a lot of people steering Israel astray. All right, these people are coming up teaching you a feigned and false doctrine. All right, so you have to watch. All right, that's why you have to be attentive unto death.
Yeah,
okay.
It says put a knife to thy throat if thou be a man given to appetite. Meaning, in other words, when you get zealous, you come into the truth. You're ready to learn, man. You're like when you really start learning, you need to be wary of what's being taught. Okay, because the scriptures teach that.
Go ahead and drop down to that Proverbs 23 and 3, Baba Shai.
This is Proverbs 23 verse 3. That was the next verse. It says, be not desirous of his dainties, for they are deceitful meat.
All right, so that's do not be trying to basically what's that don't be trying to get what he already has. Okay, that's a man seeking after another man's goods, and that's 100% against Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai.
Right. The meat's talking about wisdom. It's talking about the learnings,
and that's also going into those vain philosophies, because in today's time, men are seeking to please other men. All right, and as they're trying to please another man, they fall into his dainties, his crap.
That's right.
All right, so but you can go back and continue and
that's why a babe needs the milk first. You need to build. You need to be nourished by that milk first, and then you're ready for the strong meat. Okay, so like the scripture says in Proverbs 23 verse 2, if you be given the appetite, you gotta be ready to eat the milk or drink the milk first, man, before you eat that meat. Okay, because otherwise you're gonna regurgitate,
everything.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
And Baba Prashad, you can go back to that Sirach 31.
Lost it.
You good?
Get it real quick. This is Sirach 31. Start verse 1.
Start verse 1.
Sirach 31 verse 1. It says, "Watching for riches consumeth the flesh, and the care thereof driveth away sleep."
So as you're watching, to so-called get rich on this side, you are trapped in a stumbling block. Okay, continue.
It says, "Watching care will not let a man slumber, as a sore disease breaketh sleep."
So it's like you are always aching in pain, because you're not acquiring that with what you want on this side.
Right. Keep going. Verse 3, "The rich hath great labor in gathering riches together, and when he rested, he is filled with his delicates."
So it's just like Esau. Esau, he is at rest right now with his dainties. All right, with his things that he stole. All right, and read that again, Baba Prashad.
Sirach 31 verse 3, "The rich hath great labor in gathering riches together, and when he resteth, he is filled with his delicates."
So he's filled with the things of this world, and as he is filled with those things, he's actually storing up his stuff, basically to just give over to the elect. All right, continue.
Verse 4, "The poor laboreth in his poor estate, and when he leaveth off, he is still needy."
All right, so
and what's that precept in Titus, I believe? Hey man, about the having a pocket with holes.
No, that's Haggai. Haggai 1:7. Here, I'll pull it.
Yeah, if you want to get that precept. Because the poor, that's talking about Israel.
It says Haggai chapter 1 verse 7. So like it. I'm gonna start at 6. It says, "Ye have sown much, and bring in little. Ye eat, but ye have not enough. Ye drink, but ye are filled with Salakia, but ye are not filled with drink. Ye clothe, you, but there is none warmth." It says, "And he that earneth wages, earneth wage to put it into a bag with holes."
There you go. That's the poor, man. That's the poor, poor laboring and still being poor. Okay? We work. We go to our jobs and we labor. We do, in this world, but we got nothing to show for it.
And I got another precept to add on to that. This is Micah chapter 6 verse 14. It says, "Thou shalt eat, but not be satisfied, and thou casting down shall be in the midst of thee, and thou shalt take hold, but shalt not deliver. And that which thou deliverest will I give up to the sword." So Yahweh Shemi Shai, has basically set you up, to where you don't prosper on this side. Right. All right? Yahweh Shemi Shai is doing everything according to his will. Sure. All right? So just like Esau, Esau is going to have this actually happen to him whenever the curses are put upon him. All right? And whenever you go back to Sirach, chapter 31, you can start at verse 5. Come
on, this is verse 5. He that loveth gold shall not be justified, and he that followeth corruption shall have enough thereof.
So he that followeth gold shall not be justified. But Esau is seeking out gold. He's seeking out his treasures. All right, and he's not seeking out the treasure of Yahweh Shemi Shai. And hey, so that's gonna be his end. All right. Give me that 1 Timothy chapter 6 verse 9 about Prashad.
This is 1 Timothy chapter 6 verse 9. It says, but they that will be rich fall into temptation and a snare, and into many foolish and hurtful lusts, which drown men in destruction and perdition.
So those that seek after gold is going to fall into what?
It says, and into many foolish and hurtful lusts, which drown men in destruction and perdition.
So they're going to be in their destruction. They're going to fall into perdition. Okay, so that's they're going to not be able to prosper. With that so-called gold. Well, gold's gold, but they're not going to be able to what's the word I'm looking for? They're not going to be able to prosper in that. All right, because how about Shemi Shai is going to take from him just like it says in Ecclesiastes. Ecclesiastes chapter 2 verse 26.
It's all about storing treasures up, on the spiritual level. Not storing up treasures in this world, which I think we went into last week.
Because
it's all going to be destroyed, man.
It's all going to be put to the flame. But Yahweh Shemi Shai is going to set up his elect to receive those things that is being held as good and pleasant things. All right.
That's right.
I'm gonna pull the Ecclesiastes chapter 2 real quick, Baba Kashai, if I can. Chapter 2, verse 26. It says, "For Yahweh, by Shemi Shai, giveth to a man that is good in his sight wisdom and knowledge and joy, but to the sinner he giveth travail, to gather and to heap up, that he may give to him that is good before Yahweh Shemi Shai. This also is vanity and vexation of spirit." Okay, so the Most High is going to allow you to gather up all that you desire, and he is going to transfer that to a man that he chooses. So that's the same thing that's going on with Esau and Jake right now. Esau's living lavish. He's gathering up his gold, his silver, his dainty meats and everything. Mm-hmm. All right, but he's going to have to give that over to Jake.
And you got sellout Jakes who want to follow after that, who want to look at that and say, man, this is good. This is my rest, for lack of a better word.
This is not your rest, all right? And I'm going to correct you on that.
Right.
Because in this, whenever you have to wake up by the sound of an alarm clock, whenever you have to go in and put in work, because really in the kingdom, Jake's not going to be putting in work. Jake's going to be chilling, all right? Just like we said last week, all right? Jake is going to be chilling through life, living day to day. His children are going to wander for miles, states away, and Jake's not going to worry. He's going to know that his children is going to be well taken care of, because the eyes of Yahweh Shemi Shai is going to be there watching his every move.
Right.
That's going to be glorious in the eyes of the elect.
Right.
That's going to be glorious. You can continue.
But I was just gonna say, man. But you got Jake on this side, who thinks, like we said at camp yesterday, man. He's got a 40 at home, right? Or he can go home and watch the ball game, or whatever, man. All this menial temporary pleasures, man.
Time, man.
It's all anything you can call a pleasure in this world, man, is small fried potatoes compared to the kingdom, man.
It's all mediocre,
right? And the 2/3 don't get that, man. They don't think on that level, man.
Well, they can't fathom it. That's the thing. 2/3 can't think past the busted bitch they got back at the crib. Okay, 2/3 are just caught up in their own vain delusion. Okay, but the why Yahweh Shemi Shai that he kept that veil on these damn niggas, because they would find a way to just just mess over the word of Yahweh Shemi Shai. All right, but you can continue that in Sirach. Salaki, we are not trying to deviate off the chorus that we put before.
Right. Where were we at?
You can start at 7, Baba Shai.
Okay, calm. I'll just start at 7. Sirach 31 verse 7. It is a stumbling block unto them that sacrifice unto it, and every fool shall be taken therewith.
So that's the gold. Gold is a stumbling block to those that sacrifice unto it. So what is Jake? Jake wants that gold. Jake wants that physical possession, like Esau did whenever he sold his blessing. All right. So this is Jake. All right. And well, we say Jake, the so-called blacks, Latinos, Native Americans, that are stuck in this captivity. But Jake is stuck. All right, they are stuck in a